Central Point, Virginia, July 11th, 1958. The loving bedroom. Richard is sitting on the bed and Mildred walks in. They have just been married a few weeks before in D.C. A cozy bed with plaid sheets and a large comforter is sitting to the right in the corner of the room. It is dim and the room is poorly lit with a low-watt bulb. A dresser is tucked near the entrance and a closet is on the left wall with the door hanging open. A certificate hangs proudly on the wall next to a large window covered with shades on the left side of the bed. Why, Mrs. Loving, you look absolutely stunning.
Why, thank you. I take great care. I'm scared, Richard.
But why? There's no reason to be scared. We're married now, and I'm not going to let anyone hurt you.
I know that. It's getting late. We should get to bed.
What are you doing?
Who are you? Why are you here? We didn't do anything. We're not criminals.
Who are you?
Mildred! Mildred Loving!
Who are you?
Richard Loving.
What are you to him?
I'm his wife!
I asked you to answer the question. What are you to him?
She's my wife. It says right there on the wall.
This here says it's from D.C. That's not valid here.
But she's my wife. You can't do anything about that.
I said that's not valid here. In fact, it's a violation of the law.
No, Richard! Richard, no! No! No, Richard!
Virginia Court, June 1958. Lovings are reporting to court on their charges of miscegenation, a felony in Virginia, maximum prison time of 5 years. Mildred and Richard are at the stand when Judge Basil enters and sits down at the judge.
We will now begin the trial of Richard Loving and Mildred Jeters for miscegenation. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Guilty.
A wise choice, if I do say so myself. They plead guilty, therefore I will sentence you both to 1 year in prison.
Thank you, Your Honor.
However, I am willing to suspend your sentence if, for 25 years, you leave Virginia. You're allowed to come and visit friends and family, but under no circumstances may you visit at the same time. Well, will you take it?
Yes, Your Honor.
June 1964. Fed up with the city life in D.C. and angered that they cannot return to Virginia to visit their family, Mildred wrote to the Attorney General Robert Kennedy in protest of their...
I just can't take it anymore.
I know you can. Just hear me out.
Hear you out? What is there to hear out? Donald's been hit by a car and we can't even take him back home.
I know you're frustrated, String Bean, but I know someone. His name's Robert Kennedy. He's an attorney. He knows the law, and I think he can help you.
Well, he'd be awful crazy to help us.
Just give it a try. Come on. Here's his number.
Speaking, miss, to what do I owe this pleasure?
I have a case I'd like you to look at.
Alright, ma'am, what is it?
I'm a colored lady, and my husband's a white man, and we're married in D.C., but they won't allow us to return to our home state of Virginia.
Although I myself am a big advocate for civil rights, I'm afraid I can't do anything for you in your position. You should contact your local section of the ACLU.
What on earth is the ACLU?
The ACLU is the American Civil Liberties Union. They will have a better idea on how to reinstate your rights to travel freely.
Why, thank you, Mr. Kennedy.
You're welcome, miss.
I'm writing to you concerning the situation with my husband and I have found ourselves in. We were married recently in DC, but when we returned to Virginia, we were jailed. You see, my husband is white and I am colored. The judge said that we cannot return together for the next 25 years, even to visit family, or we will be jailed. Can you please help us? Sincerely, Mildred Loving.
There's no way I can lose this case, especially after Brown versus Board. I'll take it.
Supreme Court of the United States, April 10th, 1967. After appeals, the court did not overrule the conviction. This case made it to the highest possible court for deliberation. Mildred and Richard are back in court with their lawyer from the ACLU, Bernard Cohen, who is very confident in their chances with winning the case. The plaintiffs and defendants have entered the courtroom for deliberation. Everyone rose out of their seats and the justices of the Supreme Court enter, headed by Chief Justice Earl Warren, who wrote the majority opinion in the Brown v. Board case 13 years before.
The court is now in session for the prosecution of Virginia State by Richard and Mildred Loving. What is the defendant's statement?
Thank you, Your Honor. You see, this is a simple case. The ban is there to prevent disease in the state. A white man and a black woman getting married? It's socially unheard of.
Sir, if I may.
Please.
Your ban on interracial marriages is a violation of the 14th Amendment. Were you aware of this? You are banning this couple's marriage solely because of their race.
This law is no violation of the 14th Amendment. As I said before...
If you please, let him finish. Apologies, Mr. Cohen. Continue.
Of course, Your Honor. As I was saying, this is a direct violation of the 14th Amendment. The Lovings are citizens of this country and they are being denied rights that are not equally protected under the law. Does the plaintiff have any reason that this marriage was denied other than Mrs. Loving's complexion?
I see. Well then, I will leave this in the hands of the High Court.
Well-being, it's the court. Ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
I am pleased to announce the unanimous vote of the High Court in favor of the Lovings case. We have all come to the agreement that denying your right to marry because of your race is directly subversive of the principle of equality at the heart of the 14th Amendment, and that deprives people of their liberties without process of the law.
Richard, Mildred, and their lawyer, Bernard Cohen, enter the stage. It's now June, a month later. Richard is holding a letter. It's from the Supreme Court. I am pleased to announce the unanimous vote of the High Court in favor of the Lovings case.
We have all come to the agreement that denying your right to marry because of your race is directly subversive to the principle of equality at the heart of the 14th Amendment, and that deprives people of their liberties without process of the law.